Hey, what's up, fuckers? So, this is the video I've been planning. This is the big one. Funny enough, with a pretty bad subgenre of horror. And also, funny enough, I'm starting with you can see, non-horror movie. But I've been having a Bigfoot marathon, maybe over the last few weeks. I got a run of like a week of Bigfoot movies. And then I just finished up maybe 3 days or so of Bigfoot movies. And yeah, I finally got my package. And the package contained 3 Sasquatch movies. Really fucking weird way that got here. I don't even want to go into it, but it eventually did get here. Shipped horribly by Amazon. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into this. I thought this was the only Bigfoot collection video on YouTube, but I did a search and there were others. So I may not be the first, but I will probably be the biggest Bigfoot collection video on YouTube. Uh, Again, like there's guys who have done Blu-ray DVD collection videos. Rambo Raft for Life, who coincidentally enough just reviewed the Blu-ray of Abominable, one of my favorite Bigfoot movies, and I'll get to that. He a few years ago did a marathon, like unlike me where I just watch movies and call it a marathon, which is a marathon. He had a marathon where he uploaded reviews of each thing he watched. So yeah, that's out there for anyone who wants to watch some reviews of Bigfoot movies. I think he reviewed a couple things that I don't have. And yeah, go ahead and get into this. I'm gonna get the some of this stuff out the way so I can get into the horror stuff, the horror Bigfoot horror stuff. So Harry and the Hendersons, I know this is a lot of people's favorite Bigfoot movie. I enjoyed a lot. It's not gonna be in my top 13 just because I try to keep it a certain type of video where it just features horror stuff. Even though some of the stuff on here is comedy, it's not friendly comedy. But this one is a family friendly comedic Bigfoot movie. Maybe the most iconic Bigfoot, other than maybe Marvel's Sasquatch, which people probably know Harry more than that character. Strange Wilderness. Yes, it is a Bigfoot movie. And there he is right there. Focus. That actually looks better than a lot of the stuff that I watched in this marathon. That was a big point for me when I came to watching these movies. Strange Wilderness, you don't really see the Bigfoot till the very end. This is not a Bigfoot movie. I know you see like a little thing right there. But in this movie, Sasquatch is not a real thing. And this movie is called The Sasquatch Gang, but it should be called, and I think the alternate title for it is The Sasquatch Dumpling Gang. Take on the Apple Dumpling Gang. But it's called that because they make a fake Sasquatch turd, and that becomes the whole reason for the plot. Justin Long and back-to-back Bigfoot stuff. What can we do here? All right. You know what? Hold on. I did watch some other Bigfoot stuff, and one of them involved Boggy Creek too. Obviously, I don't have the release of it, but it is in this set. I actually enjoy Boggy Creek too. Now we get into it. The actual collection video. Bigfoot County, a found footage movie that is not very good. It's probably one of the worst ones in this marathon. Ain't It Cool News fucking lied. This is not a good movie. Let's see, what's next? Trying to figure out what I can pick out here. Okay. Field Freak. This is... I don't know what to make of this. I mean, there were some parts of this that were entertaining, but probably not in the way that they were supposed to be. I don't know, can you read that? Play Strash, lows he knows entire family can watch strange bumps in the night. Yeah, rabid beavers are to blame. There's a part where, I mean, I uploaded a video to Facebook where the kid's like, ew, you stepped in shit, Dad. And he's like, doggone it. And he steps on it and makes like a sound. A bad movie. Probably an entertaining watch with friends. The cover looks way better than the movie itself, if I can get it to focus. There we go. The name sounds cool. This is also called something else. I think it's called the Monster Outside or something. I think that's what it's called on Letterboxd. Field Freak. Really bad movie. That's going to be a running theme here. That is going to be the norm for this video. Hunting Grounds, aka Valley of the Sasquatch. There you go. After losing their home and following this, you can read that. Just pause it, read it. This movie is a little too serious at times. Has a very just mega asshole character in it. Does it have his name in there? No. I forget his name, but there's this Mexican dude who's just giving this kid shit. And you know, you read it, the kid and the dad go out to that place. And there's the uncle who's an okay character, and then there's the friend, the Mexican dude. Just a fucking prick. And you're so happy when he gets his, because of the way it happens. And not the worst, definitely not the worst. Bigfoot County is right up there as one of the worst Bigfoot movies I saw. The Legend of Boggy Creek. I think I posed a question on, no, I didn't. Somebody else did on one of the groups. And they were asking what your favorite Bigfoot movie was. And I saw a lot of people answer with this. And there's a lot of people in my circle of people who say this is the best Bigfoot movie, one of their favorite, or their favorite Bigfoot movie. I think it's a little old, a little dated. And it's not always a bad thing. I like 70s. This movie is just, it doesn't have the most going for it. When you see some of the really cream of the crop Bigfoot movies, this doesn't compare to them. I mean, it holds up against some really bad shit. For instance, Danny Bonaducci, Barry Williams, Sherilyn Fenn. This is and Alice Cooper. One of the worst fucking Bigfoot movies. Look how big that fucking thing is. And it's all CGI. He is a CGI monster. I wanted to say this was Sci-Fi Channel and The Asylum. I guess it's just The Asylum. Yeah, this thing's like Mighty Joe Young size. Horrible, horrible Bigfoot. Bad movie too. And the thing is, I was doing this marathon. I like the whole, you know, outside wilderness type stuff. I like the shots of it when it looked good. But it's just they couldn't take that and do something really cool with it. This is a double feature featuring The Legend of Bigfoot and Snow Beast. The Legend of Bigfoot, I don't know, maybe the transfer, I gotta get a new movie with a different transfer, but it was just not very good. Snow Beast, I still enjoy. I saw that years ago. Still like it a lot. One of the best Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Abominable Snowman, Yeti movies out there is Snow Beast. And that is the 1977 movie. Not to be confused with this one. Which I liked this at one point. I had it on my top 13. And watching it again, I don't know why. It didn't occur to me that it was like this, but it's can you see it? PG-13. And it's like if ABC Family decided to make a Bigfoot horror movie or a Yeti horror movie. But they didn't go all the way because it's PG-13. They're trying to be somewhat family friendly. So you get this, which is a little cartoony, not like a realistic type of quote-unquote realistic portrayal of Bigfoot. But there's times where the music just sounds like a kid's movie. It's a very odd movie because of the music. Assault of the Sasquatch. This was entertaining just for the fact that it was so fucking silly. Again, a lot of these are really bad. I'm getting a lot of the bad ones out of the way. Legend of Boggy Creek and Snow Beast are probably the two good ones from that bunch I've showed right now. But yeah, where is he at? Is he on here? It doesn't show Mr. Cool Duder on here, Sean C. Phillips, but he's in this as a screaming dude. There he is right there. What the fuck? Old Cool Duder himself. There was a running theme of these Bigfoot movies was whether the Bigfoot had a good looking face or a good looking body. And it was rarely did you see a movie that had both. So this one, the face looks okay. That's what it looks like. But the body just looks like a costume store gorilla costume. Very loose, hanging. I didn't like that. That's a silly movie, by the way. It's not like a straight horror movie. Most of these are silly movies. Boggy Creek, The Legend is True. Not really a remake, just kind of the same name. Here you get Texas Battle from Wrong Turn 2. Again, another just not very good Bigfoot movie. Another one at times gets really dramatic. And I should get this next one out, talking about dramatic Bigfoot movies. Overly dramatic at times with some of the characters. Like, yeah, you gotta, you're trying for character development and stuff, but this was one of the films that came in my package. The trailer made it seem like it was going to be like the movie Black Cadillac. I don't know how many people have seen Black Cadillac, but for the most part it takes place in a car on this winding road through the mountains. And the cover gives you that feel. You got a road right there, the car, and you feel at first like it's going to be like that, and then it doesn't. It changes into a very weird, again, like I said, dramatic, overly dramatic, super dramatic, like super serious movie at times. And I was saying, if you're going to do something like that, if you're going to have a character that's super dramatic and trying to do these serious scenes, you got to get somebody who's, I don't want to talk shit about the guy, but you got to get somebody who's better than what he did. He just wasn't capable. He was able to make himself cry, but it was like the facial expressions were off. His line reading was off. His smile, there's times when he smiles, he has the biggest, like, uncomfortable grin. And it's just the way he smiles. It was so weird. The Sasquatch, multiple Sasquatch in this are kind of like Assault of the Sasquatch, where it looks like a costume. The one thing I did like about it was the mythos behind it. They gave like a little mythos behind what Sasquatch is, and the guy who was saying that was a character who insists on calling them Sasquatch. He doesn't like when they're called Bigfoot. That was one of the neat things about it. There was also a small cabin scene, which I wish could have gone on longer. Let's see. Bigfoot Wars. This was based on a book, I think. Yeah, based on the best-selling book series, Bigfoot War. There you go, see Thomas Howell from The Hitcher, or The Outsiders, as I say right there. This movie could have been better. Just, again, not the best-looking Bigfoots. A lot of focus on the characters. If you had two tribes of Bigfoot fighting with each other, that would have been fucking cool. But you don't really get that. Bigfoot Wars, another really, not really bad, just a bad Bigfoot movie. Sasquatch, also called The Unknown, starring Lance Henriksen. I still enjoy this movie. I gave it kind of a low score on Letterboxd, but I was thinking about it, man. If I had watched this at the end, I would have appreciated it more. The end of the marathon, I should say. Because this does Sasquatch so much better than some of these other movies, and I'm going to have to change my rating on that. You're going to see Lance Henriksen pop up a few more times in this collection video. Yeah, I actually enjoy that one. For what it is, it's still a little boring, but still. Sasquatch Hunters, which when I first got it, I thought it was a sequel because it's got the same font as Sasquatch. But this is a different one. CGI Bigfoot's really bad CGI. Again, a little neat little mythos behind it with them burying their dead, but just a bad movie. Here's a practical Bigfoot that just looks like shit. Now, if you want this movie, it has Zach Galligan in it. If I'm trying to sell you on it. Where is he at? Zach Galligan. And Clint Howard. The face of Bigfoot in this movie does not look like this. It looks like just paper mache face, little skinny, like thin mouth, like a coin slot, you know? And there's like hair on it. It's a really bad face. I called it Butterface Bigfoot in my review. See, enraged by the murder of its offspring. A movie that does better, or does that idea better, is Exist, and we're gonna get into that because I have that. But American Bigfoot, if you want this movie, and you want to add to your Bigfoot collection, I got this on Amazon. I mean on eBay. You can get it on Amazon too. You see right there, it says, it has that little European thing, rating thing. It says PAL, P-A-L, which is region 2. But pop this in my Blu-ray player, which is region 1, and it works fine. And it's not a, if I can get this out, see that? It's not a DVD-R, but it works. Yeah, American Bigfoot. I think that's called, what else that's called? That's called Camp Out. Yeah, that's one of the things too. It's called Camp Out with a K. One word. Camp Out. Bigfoot the movie. And this is a bad one. It's got some funny stuff in it. And you see right there, Bigfoot has come to the town of Elwood City, Pennsylvania. And that kind of hit home, sort of, because my buddy JP is from Pennsylvania. I don't know, I forget where he's from in Pennsylvania, but he has a certain way of talking. And by the way, he has a shitty way of talking at times because he just says things wrong. But he has a dialect that is specific to where he is. Like from where I'm from, if I say a while ago, I'll say while ago. You know, I went to the store a while ago. It's just a southern thing down here in Georgia where I am. But up there, you hear him say something like, if he were to say, "Are y'all or are you guys going to the store later?" He would say, "Are yins going to the store?" Yeah. Are yins going to the store? Yins. You know, I'm like, man, fucking JP's got this weird way of talking. And then the people in this movie talk like that because they're from his area. This is not a good Bigfoot movie. It's not a good movie that good at all. It's got some good gore, but it's a comedy, and it's from Wild Eye. So what are you gonna expect? Actually, one of the better looking Bigfoots. That is what it looks like compared to some of the shit that I've seen in this marathon. That was an okay looking Bigfoot. Another one from Wild Eye, which I'm not sure if, see right there, if it was Wild Eye that produced it or if they just released it, but this is completely different in tone to Bigfoot the movie. This is a mockumentary style movie. Not the best. I would say the very best thing about it was the ending with the 8mm footage. It actually looked really, really good, and it was sort of unsettling to see it. You know, to see this real legit, it looks legit 8mm footage of people hunting, and then there's a dead Sasquatch body. Really neat shit. Here's a good Bigfoot movie, Creature from Black Lake. This is another one that's kind of dated, but I enjoy this one. It has Jack Elam, and you know Jack Elam from a ton of different westerns, including my favorite western, one of my favorite movies of all time, Once Upon a Time in the West. Also has Dennis Fimple, Grandpa from House of a Thousand Corpses. This is a neat movie. I wish this had a better release. I like this one. I like Creature from Black Lake. Definitely one of the better ones. I can't say that I hated watching these movies. I did like the marathon itself as a whole. The movies may be bad, but I did enjoy myself in some weird way. You see right there, Lance Henriksen again. Serena Vincent from Cabin Fever and now another teen movie. This is an okay movie. I think this is a sci-fi. Yeah. Sci-fi. This was okay. It's like a bank robbery. Let me see. Does it have bank robbery? Bank robbery. There you go. Entertaining with Lance Henriksen trying to get revenge. Again, not one of the very best, nowhere near the worst. I would say somewhere mid-tier. High tier. And this is a really crappy DVD-R. I think, yeah. It's from, I forget what this is called. What's it called? Mr. Fat W. Yeah, Mr. Films Around the World video. Bootleg, which it shows signs it's a bootleg, like it was from a VHS tape. But Night of the Demon is a slasher movie with a Bigfoot. And when I say that, it's like a slasher movie. There's some weird shit going on. Bigfoot kills somebody with an axe. He rips a guy's dick off. It's got its own mythology to it. Very entertaining 80s slasher Bigfoot movie. Definitely one of the best. Yeti, also called Yeti, Curse of the Snow Demon. The Bigfoot in this, or the Yeti, as it were, is, it looks bad at times, and in fact, there's some CGI goofiness going on. You see a Sci-Fi Channel movie. This is actually one of the better ones, believe it or not. Not high tier, mid tier movie. The little stranded plot thing going on where they are thinking about eating some of the dead bodies. That's kind of neat. I actually like that. But yeah, in the world of Bigfoot movies, it's not one of the worst by far. Nowhere near one of the worst movies. Night Claws. Frank Stallone, Reb Brown. Let's look at this. Bloodthirsty Bigfoot. This was okay. Bigfoot in this had a decent looking face. He had some okay kills. The trailer makes it look like it's better than it is, but I wanted it to be better, but it's not. It's a violent Bigfoot. It's just, if you're gonna have like a Bigfoot that just kills people, you gotta be able to show some gore or something, man. Willow Creek, a movie that I liked initially, and then thinking about it, I'm like, man, there's not a lot that goes into this. I think I was in a really great mood, I think, and I was excited about having this. I need to watch it again. But I remember not a lot going on. This scene, I think, is like a 20-minute scene where they're just sitting there listening and talking. That guy's not even an actor. He's just a creepy dude they found and put him in the movie. Yeah, I need to rewatch this. I think my rating might be right now after I kind of re-rated it, but yeah, Willow Creek. I know a lot of people they don't like it at all. I think it's very boring, and it is a very slow movie. And until the very end, there's nothing really going on. I don't even think you see the Bigfoot in it. Claud, The Legend of Sasquatch. This is a movie I got from, where did I get it from? I got it from Video Warehouse on a whim, and just decided to give it a go. Didn't like it initially years ago, but rewatching it, I liked it okay. I think, watching a lot of these movies and seeing how bad some of them are, you kind of appreciate some of these that were probably not as bad as you thought. The Bigfoot in this looked okay, by the way. That was a big thing on my letterbox, was trying to find movies that weren't. I mean, trying to point out, I should say, when a Bigfoot looked good. And in this one, it looked good. This is one of the newer ones. Where's he at? Where is it at? Lance Henriksen right there. Again, another movie that came in my package. This is a 2018 brand new 100% practical effects. It mainly focuses on these two characters. His wife was killed by Bigfoot, by a Sasquatch. That guy. And he wants revenge. And there's a mythology to why the Bigfoot is in that area. He knows a little bit of something. I don't want to give spoilers away. In fact, the ending of this movie has a huge, maybe not huge, something happens at the very end that when I was watching it and I put it on my review, I'm like, are they gonna do that? Is this going that way? And I'm like, oh shit, they did. Fuck, I don't want to say anything, but fuck it. The ending is MCU-esque. You know, if you like the Marvel Cinematic movies, you're probably not gonna like that ending. But if you are a fan of it, and I'm a fan. I'm a fan of superhero movies. I'm a fan of the Marvel movies. I liked it, and I look forward to the future. This movie, though, a slow burn. You get a lot of focus on the two main characters right here. You get a little bit of Sasquatch action, and then the very end, it ramps up. You get a fight scene with the Sasquatch and the main guy, that guy. The trailer made me think it was going to be like a Predator movie, and there's not a lot of Predator vibes in this movie, actually. I even said to Schizophrenic, I'm like, you know, it's got Predator vibes, but it really doesn't. And there's a part where there's a montage of him setting up the weapons and healing himself, and you know, he's getting ready to go out and battle the Bigfoot, but that's about as Predator as you get in this movie. There's a one-on-one fight scene, which is cool because you don't see a lot of that in these movies. And then, of course, the ending, it was neat. I like the ending. The fucking ending. I look forward to what's to come from that. That is one of the best Bigfoot movies, by the way. Big Legend. Speaking of one of the best, exists from Eduardo Sanchez, the director of the Blair Witch Project. Now, when I was talking about Bigfoot revenge, there are a couple of these: Assault of the Sasquatch and American Bigfoot. They're about the Bigfoot getting revenge. And so is this one. I think that's a spoiler, actually. God damn it. Either way, it's a found footage movie. It does things very well. There's a lot of practical effects. I don't know if it's 100% practical, but the Bigfoot itself looks great. It looks phenomenal. One of the very best Bigfoot movies. One of my top, I'll say top 4, maybe 5. And I'll get that list out soon. Really enjoy Exist. And I only have 2 left, and they are my 2 favorites. Do I want to show this one or the other one? Fuck it, I'll show this one. Abominable. Now, for years, this movie was my favorite Bigfoot movie. For years, man. Maybe 10 years. 10 plus years, it's been my favorite. I love the monster, the Flatwoods monster right there. I've actually shown him off in something on Horror Mino years ago. 2 years ago, actually. There you see Lance Henriksen again. Yeah, this movie is underrated as fuck. I've said that for years. Hearing Matt say that, Rambo Rat for Life, it was cool hearing him say that. You know, underrated as fuck. Ryan Schifrin, Lalo Schifrin, Matt McCoy, Jeffrey Combs, Rex Lynn, Dee Wallastone, Lance Henriksen. Fucking love this movie, man. Practical effects. The Bigfoot, like I said, it looks good. It doesn't have the typical Bigfoot look to it, like the what you would think Bigfoot looks like, or the Yeti in this case. Really fucking neat. You know, your protagonist is in a wheelchair. I love this movie, and I was thinking about it. The next movie, the final movie in this collection, is currently right now my favorite Bigfoot movie. And I was thinking about it. I was like, does it really hold up against this movie? And I don't know yet. You know, I may have it this number 2 and the other one number 1. And then a few months from now, I could think this one is number 1. I'm thinking about it right now. I love this movie so fucking much. Really enjoy it. I want to get that MVD Blu-ray. This one, right now, at the time of recording this, is my favorite Bigfoot movie. Primal Rage, Bigfoot Reborn, also called Primal Rage, The Legend of Oma. They do not shy away from the Sasquatch. You see him very, very soon in the... He's right there. I don't like that they had this. I like the design and everything, but I don't like that he's right there. What I would prefer if they had just that tree bark mask, the red eyes. Love that. I love so much about this movie. I could say that I started watching it again, and I decided I wanted to watch some 2018 stuff. And because I already watched it, I can't log it again on my letterbox. So I watched A Quiet Place. And I can say, I don't like the main guy at first. Like, I don't mind her, but the main dude, where's he at? Him, I don't really like him at first. I do warm up to him near the end, or near the middle, and then I like him near the end. But yeah, and the first thing, he's at the beginning, I should say, not the first thing. He's unlikable. And I would say probably my least favorite thing about this movie are the hillbilly, whatever they are, the annoying asshole dudes that are out there in the woods. They're just written to be douchebags, and I don't really like that. There's no reason for them to be that way other than they're just douchebags. But I love this movie. I've been hyping this up for so long. As of right now, it's my favorite movie of the year. Favorite horror movie of the year. And I've been talking so much shit about CGI. I'm like, I've been praising this too, because I was saying the Sharknado movies fucking suck, man. And they help push the CGI monster on us. And it's not helping matters for someone like me who loves practical effects, practical monsters. When you see a movie like this, and when I saw this for the first time, to see a monster that was all practical. There was animatronics in the face. The mouth opened, the eyes moved. You know, the body of it looked great. It didn't look like a you know, costume store gorilla costume. It's something I love. The gore is there. You don't get CGI blood. There's no CGI crazy shit. There's the Whispering Woman, which I shouldn't say is a spoiler because the Facebook page of this movie actually, you know, mentioned the Whispering Woman. I like the Whispering Woman. She's like a witch, this Native American witch. And she's got these long fucking fingers. She's got like a long nose. She's very much a cinematic witch. She's not just like this old, you know, crazy lady. She's a character in this movie. Like a true character. Maybe a caricature of a character. But I like that. I like the whole concept behind it, because my buddy Troy, he was like, man, I'm not really down with the witch. She's randomly thrown in there. But I like that. And the Oma, funny enough, the Oma was mentioned somewhere else. I think it was mentioned in Claud. Either Claud, The Legend of Sasquatch, or The Legend of Bigfoot. But the Oma, like Abominable, is not your typical Bigfoot design. It doesn't look like a gorilla, doesn't look like a caveman type of dude. It's like almost like a monkey in the face. And it's way different than the others, where all these other Bigfoots and Sasquatches, they have, you know, they're animals. They're not really thinking type animals. They use their hands, they use their power. And you got the fucking Oma, that is using bow and arrows. And this one has the Predator vibes to it. Unlike the big legend, Primal Rage has the scene where the Oma is repairing itself, and then it screams, and you get that scene. There's a part where it's sort of hiding out in the woods, and there's a shot, not hiding, but it's out there in the woods, and there's a shot of a guy walking, and it looks like the scene in First Blood when Rambo jumps down off that tree, or when he sneaks up and he's in the grass and he grabs that guy while he's walking. Really enjoy that. The ending is very I didn't watch it. It's not original, but I like the ending to it because both these movies have a similar ending. If you've seen the ending to this, you can expect a similar ending to this. I don't know, I like it. And for some reason it's not on Blu-ray. Only the DVD's out there for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, I praise this movie. I praise both of them. Mostly this because at the time there were still movies that had practical stuff going on. Nowadays you get a lot of CGI, way more CGI than in 2006 when this came out. 2005. Yeah, but for this to come out and be like, fuck that, we're making practical Bigfoot, no CGI. The movie itself looks good. It's got a great score to it. I wouldn't say like a great score. It has a decent score to it. And I love that. I love this movie. I love both these movies. I like a lot of them. And yeah, I mean, I watched, let me see, what did I watch? I watched something that wasn't, I watched a movie, a short film called Eagle Walk. And that is pretty much a camp slasher Bigfoot movie. It takes place in an abandoned camp, and there's a killer Sasquatch. You don't see a lot of crazy gore or nothing because it's YouTube. But it's cool seeing that, the aspect of pretty much like a Friday the 13th with a Bigfoot. And obviously this isn't all of them. I got a whole fuck ton of these movies. Way too many. Way too many. Yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm just looking at this. This is so fucking dumb. Nobody should have this many bad Bigfoot movies, but whatever. I'll see you guys back for another video down the road.